What's up, fellas? Doing a video for Trevor tonight and everybody else who has bought one of these Cyclone process heaters from me. This is a dirty waste oil burner, and I found out that lighting it off propane is as simple as lighting a candle, and I'm doing this in a blizzard, so just to kind of one-up you there. A little short on time these days, so I had to run this test no matter what. So basically we checked to see that we got some oil flow there. We add our propane lance, turn on the air, and boom, we're off to the races here. We're gonna let this thing preheat for about 60 seconds or so, and then I go ahead and add some waste oil. I've got the pump turned off as the propane preheat takes place. You don't have to do that, but it's best so you don't build up and get too big of a flame. And you're ready to roll.
So there you go, guys. The propane ignition is a dream. Fires right up with no problem at all. Not only did it light, we were able to light it in a blizzard. Okay, this is the self-cleaning mode, guys.
Okay, so if you run it like this, the thing's gonna clean itself out pretty much. Just like burning wood, you're gonna have ash with waste oil because it's just a dirty fuel. This right here is a little bit too high of a flame. You don't want to be that big, it'll get dirty on you pretty quick.
Okay, I'm just gonna let this thing run. It's been going for about 7 minutes, and we started like right here on the fuel level line. So we're just gonna let this bad boy roar on. That seems like a pretty good heating amount. I don't want to run it too high. "17 minutes in."
Alright, this is me just kind of jacking around with the flame settings here. I turn this thing up all the way pretty much and get like a 6-foot flame shooting out the front just to see what it can do. You would never want to run it like this in practice. It vaporizes the oil using the hot combustion chamber, so it doesn't have like a spray nozzle. One of the things that I can say in this test was very shocking is just how stable this flame is. This is an actual blizzard. So we got 20-degree ambient air temperature, 40-mile-an-hour winds. In some cases, the gusts are up to 40. And this thing is still running like a champ. That freezing cold oil, guys. So this is shut down. When you shut this thing down, don't turn the blower off right away. Let it burn some of that ash out of there. See that ash flying out? Because there is going to be a little bit of ash. Like I said, it's kind of like burning wood.
All right, fellas, so we did it. We lit this thing in a blizzard. Not too shabby. When I started the clock to time the fuel consumption, we were like right here, and 55 minutes later we were down to here. So not too shabby. I'd burn about that much wood in an hour if I had a little wood fire going, you know it. I mean, waste oil ain't magic. It's not like you're gonna run one of these all day or something. You're gonna burn some oil running this. But guys who got 55-gallon drums of it, that's not a problem. So the reason why I stopped the test here is because the freaking hose was frozen. So basically that hose had froze up on us, and as the oil level dropped, the intake surfaced essentially. So that shut me down there. I was freaking out. I didn't know what was going on at first, but that's all it was. The hose surfaced, and the test went amazing. I'm kind of shocked that I was able to get this thing lit in a blizzard like that, because it's not easy to light stuff sometimes in bad weather. It's not easy to light this thing at all. But with the propane, it definitely helped out. It's a little sketchy. What I recommend is that a propane wand with a valve right here on the end. I've got the valve all the way down here because this was done for some other testing, but this is basically just a piece of stainless steel tube. If you need to adjust the height on this thing, I'm gonna send you a couple pieces of steel stud that will slide right into this track so you can extend the legs if you want to. You're gonna need to practice running this thing and just get a feel for it before you go leaving it alone for hours on end. You don't want a big 4-foot fireball shooting off the front of this thing. It doesn't last like that. It'll eventually clog itself up. You want to keep this thing running at least a dull red hot. You can get a flame about this big coming out of the end, and that's probably about as big as you would want to get on this thing. That's about where I'm going to rate it, because over time it can choke itself out if you don't have the blower on high. So just after a while you'll get to know this thing and it'll be a piece of cake.